Good morning, Chris. Chris Noone from Collaborate, listed on the ASX. Welcome to the Canary Networks. Always ask the same question, but tell me a little bit about what motivates you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What makes you think about that's exciting in the business you're in?
I love solving big problems, and the area that Collaborate's involved in is monetising underutilised assets. So we make it safe and easy for people and companies to generate money from assets they're not currently utilising. You look around the world today, especially in the mining industry and other areas, there's billions of dollars of assets that are lying underutilised purely because the owners don't know how or don't have the processes to safely rent those to people who actually use them. And that's what we do. We solve that problem.
So obviously the businesses like Airbnb, Uber have given the headlines around this sharing economy. What's your take on that? I mean, are you trying to be another Uber? Are you trying to be a platform? Are you trying to enable micro markets?
We're approaching a few different markets. We're very active in the car rental space at the moment. We've moved into the leisure area with caravans and camper trailers. And we've recently announced Mobilise, which is a platform for many other assets, including commercial and industrial equipment and private consumer items as well. So we see that the knowledge that we have of the peer-to-peer rental market can be used across lots of different types of industries.
What makes you different? Where's that USP, the intellectual property you've got that keeps the competition away from your market share?
We've been in this business for over 6 years now. We've been able to develop both sides of marketplaces, the supply and the demand. And that's the trickiest part. We've also got insurance policies on our products. We're now getting profit sharing with our insurance company because we're driving really low risk for the rental of other people's assets. So we've really got the model worked out, and for us it's a lot easier to then scale that model but also take it into other industries.
Now in this space, trust is really important. And I think it's something you've got called, is it Peer Pass or something along those lines? Tell me about that and why that's really important in this space in general, but also for you specifically.
We saw that trust was the most important aspect of this area. So we looked around the world for a platform we could use to verify renters before they gained access to assets. We couldn't find one. We decided to develop our own. So we've developed the Peer Pass platform. We verify renters before a transaction happens. What many of the big peer-to-peer companies around the world do, they have a lowest common denominator approach, and it's universal around the world. They do a rating after a rental happens, and if it goes wrong, they get a poor rating. For us, that's not good enough. We want to do the verifications before the rental happens to exclude any customers that might generate a poor experience so that they don't actually participate in a transaction and that doesn't go wrong. So what we want to do is only have good verified renters involved in our platform.
See, that's interesting because I saw another thing in your thing was the new announcement around FundX, and I suppose that becomes even more important when money's involved, hard cash is involved, to make sure that trust is generated up front rather than after the money's been lent. So tell me a little bit about FundX.
So we have a minority shareholding in FundX. We are interested in that because it took us into the financial services market. Yes, that's a massive market, there's massive competition, but very, very few companies in that market have the understanding of peer-to-peer and have the understanding of the types of verifications that we do for customers as well. So we see that we're coming into that market, bringing in some really unique knowledge and advantages that should set us apart from the competition.
So put some scale around this market. I mean, we perceive it to be huge, but really, how big is it both locally and also globally? And how are you going to make sure you get your slice of that pie?
So if you take the car rental market in Australia, it's a $3 billion market. You take the rental markets for other items, you're looking at $12–15 billion for commercial and industrial type equipment. Then you're moving into warehouse space, office space, other types of asset classes. You're adding tens of billions to those as well, and that's just in Australia. So we're seeing that we're not only disrupting the traditional rental market, we're also providing a new market for assets that are currently not being rented at all. And these are markets where, because we can provide better prices, more assets can come into the market, but also more renters will become available to actually rent those assets as well. So we see us as actually growing the pie rather than just disrupting an existing market.
So Canary Network are always looking for exciting opportunities to invest in. Why should they consider you as part of their portfolio?
Collaborate's publicly listed, we've got a proven business model, we're really just at the start of our growth trajectory, and we've also got multiple platforms that are disrupting multiple industries. So we have multiple opportunities to generate very good income and also great shareholder value.